everybody, welcome to my channel, All Things Music with Gary Dranow. A little housekeeping. Always in the description below my videos you will find my previous lessons, and there's about 10 or so of them, maybe more. I have a lot of Jimi Hendrix songs. Also, there's interviews. I've got 5 interviews, but I am right now transitioning from doing interviews through Zoom on YouTube to doing actual podcasts that will be distributed by Evolve Productions, which is Jeremiah D. Higgins. And so look for my podcast starting around June 5th or so. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to do Improv 101. What I'm going to be teaching you is the pentatonic scales, all 5 positions, how you can learn these scales to get real familiar with your whole neck on your guitar. We'll run through what a major scale is, what a minor scale is. I think I already mentioned the relative major to a minor scale in pentatonics. And I'm going to play some blues rhythms and with my Boss R3 looper, I'm going to put some rhythms down like, just for example, and I will improvise over that to give you some suggestions of how you can approach the different rhythms that we'll be playing. So let's get to it. We're going to start with tuning our guitars. I am tuned to E flat, so be aware of that. And here's my low E string. Here's my A string. Here's my D string. Here's my G string. Here's my B string. And here's my high E. Okay, if you're all tuned up, and by the way, if you have a tuner that does chromatic tuning, just tune your guitar to E flat and you'll be good. So in blues, most blues songs are 3-chord songs, which means the entire song is comprised of 3 chords. And usually it's the 1 chord, the 4 chord, which is, so 1 chord in this case, the tonic would be A, and this is an A on, well, this is actually an A flat, but as far as we're concerned, we're going to call the notes what they would be if we were in standard tuning. So this is A. The 4th of A is D. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 is D. And your 5 chord would be E. A, B, C sharp, D, E. So a basic blues pattern, here's it's the basic one you might know. E, 5 chord, 4 chord, 1 chord, 5 chord. Okay, so let's get into improv. First, let's talk about a basic rhythm. This is a shuffle in the key of A. And the reason why it's a shuffle is the notes aren't equal. One hit is short, the other hit is long. So it's long, short, long, short. So let me put this into my looper and we'll start playing over this with our pentatonic scales. So here we go. Okay, that was a little me just playing from the seat of my pants. And what you'll notice I was doing is I was bending my strings. And more times than not, this particular improv, I was bending my strings a whole step. Now let's talk about what a whole step is. It's 2 frets. So if I'm bending my D on my 7th fret 3rd string, up a whole step, this is how we know if we're bending it right. I'm going to hold my 5th fret 2nd string with my 1st finger, and I'm going to bend with my 3rd finger and 2nd finger my 3rd string, and I'm going to bend it up until I get what's called a unison. And it's a cool thing you can do. So that's how we could check ourselves. Because of the crazy Spaniards, what they did when they built the guitar, having the interval between the 3rd and 2nd string different than the interval is between all the other strings, you've got to change your fingering. You can't go 1-3. For the unison, you've got to go, well, you could go 1-3, but you got to go a half step bigger in the spread between your 1st finger that's playing the reference note and the note you're bending up to the reference note. If you don't get it exactly right on, you'll hear it. So again, use your ears to guide you to find that interval of a whole tone. Another thing that I want you to learn that I am doing is vibrato. These are all different ways to express yourself in your phrases. Vibrato is when you take a string and you shake it up and down to get kind of like when a singer has vibrato when they're singing, when they're at the end of a phrase or holding a note out a long time. It's the same thing. Okay, so when we are improvising, we're using techniques. Hammer-ons, pull-offs, trills, bends, slides, How about pinch harmonics? Those will take a little time to learn, but if you turn your pick 45 degrees to the string, as we talked about a little bit earlier, it's a lot easier to get the pinch harmonic. Let's go to a different blues rhythm. How about this one? Okay, there was a fair amount of improvisation, and I use bends, unison bends. I use single string bends. I use vibrato. I used hammer-ons and pull-offs. I used the BB box, and I did blues curls. That's taking the third note in the scale and bending it a semitone, which is half a tone, or less. I used single notes with picking patterns. So there is an example of expressing myself using the various tools at my disposal. So hopefully you'll develop all these. So that's it for this very lengthy lesson on Improv 101. Come back to check out my other lessons in the description below, as well as my interviews with famous people. I just did Jeff Skunk Baxter about 8-9 days ago. So you'll find all that in the description below. Goodbye, everybody.